Dear MSPs, I hope you're well. I want to start this MSPs newsletter with a bit of a personal message. Today it's 2 weeks ago since we completed our journey together in IPM 2014, and I think it's time to talk again about what we agreed there and what we want to do for this network. I want to share some experience first. Both times I went to IPM as an MCP, elect and current. When I came back home, it was definitely much tougher than when I was at IPM itself. Coming home to my MC teams, it was a bit like facing a wall. While I was energized and I had seen certain things that were needed for my entity, the energy level that I hit back home definitely brought me back to ground very fast. And it was very difficult to bring across a sense of purpose, a sense of passion, because the journey that my MC team was on was a very different one than the one that I'd been on in IPM. I'm sure many of you have felt this as well in the past week or so, when you have been back in your office on MC MTMs or any other interactions with your teams. And we understand, it's not easy. Generation 2015 is a generation that knows it's not easy. About a week from now, we'll start the first X-Pros at MENA-X LDS and APX. And there, of course, the AI team and many of you who are fastest as well are going to bring the message of Gen 2015 to our network. But what's important is that while we as global leaders are moved and see clearly what needs to be done, we haven't yet collectively moved our whole network. We on AI know that, and I think you know that very well as MCPs. Therefore, the actions that you take in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks are crucial. I want to talk about those actions. First of all, you need to own it. The promises you made at IPM, they need to matter. Because if you don't own it, then the partner entities you partnered with are not going to own it either. And then ultimately, everything will fall apart. Because co-delivery of 2015 depends on us depending on each other. And depending on each other means owning our promises for each other and delivering what we said we would. Now, that is very hard, but it requires a large amount of leadership in that sense. Secondly, it requires enthusiasm and passion, and requires to transmit to our MC teams, to our LCPs and our LCs, that this really matters, and it matters for the world, it matters for ISEC, it matters for ISEC in your entity and ISEC globally. And for this, you need to pull out every ounce of leadership that you have ever learned in your journey up until this point. You need to believe it. And thirdly, it's all about action. This MSP's newsletter is going to be a lot action-oriented, and I request you to read through those actions with care and really translate them this week into your MC teams. What needs to happen this week is a few things. First of all, we are requesting you to make any final adjustments or updates in the marketplace latest by the end of this week. That means 22nd of March. After that, that'll be it. We will keep you to those goals globally. We will be publishing scoreboards according to that, because we need to keep each other accountable on a global level, and we need to be able to see what we are delivering with each other and for each other. So, complete marketplace. Secondly, we need you to get in touch with your partner entities. You need to speak with them, whether that's as MCPs, but more importantly, you need to get your MCVPs to schedule those talks. How is it going to happen? And one thing that is clear is that if previously you had planned 25 GIP raises and now you planned 50, well, the activities need to change. The plan that's going to deliver you 25 is not going to deliver you 50. It requires a level of awareness that there needs to be a shift. And that shift needs to be very real in the activity level. So make sure your MCVPs talk to your partner entities, get those Skype calls, get that commitment up, and really be clear on what you're doing to change this. Thirdly, start talking to your LCs. If you haven't already, be inspired by Kevin's message from National Presidents Meeting in Canada, where they are committing to raising 200 OGIP EPs for teaching for Columbia, really owning their promise as a national plenary in order to deliver on Generation 2015's promise of delivering 2015. And I wish you to do the same. And finally, enjoy the ride. Never before has ISEC taken this step to deliver as a network, to really collaborate to make it happen. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we are going to enjoy it. We have 4 months left, some of us even less than that, and these 4 months, we are going to make them the best 4 months of our terms. And as the presidents of the Global Association, it all starts with us. Are we having fun? Do we enjoy being part of this network? Do we want to deliver the impact? And how do we demonstrate that every day? Enjoy the ride, and thank you for reading them pieces.